Hello, everybody. It's currently like 9 o'clock right now. I just made my bed. I woke up at like 8:30, laid in bed till 9. Now I'm gonna go get ready and then bring you along with me on the rest of my day. It's like 9:20 right now. Just finished getting ready, cleaned the cat's litter box, and then I also took out the trash. I didn't record that because I didn't really figure anybody wanted to watch me clean the litter box or take out the trash. I'm just making breakfast real quick and then gonna get into studying. I wanted to explain real quick why, even though today is Friday, I don't like officially have school today. Every 8 weeks, we switch new IPs. So IP stands for instructional period, and basically, my stove is done preheating. Anyway, basically, you go 8 weeks and then you go into new IP. And for most people, once we get into IP4 and later, every 8 weeks, our classes will change. But for IP1, 2, and 3, our classes pretty much stay the same. So I just finished IP1. This is my first week of IP2. It's my last day also because today's Friday. Not last day of IP2, last day of first week of IP2. That was so confusing. Anyway, I just basically finished my first week of IP2, and our classes switched around like in order, but we still have the same classes. So now we have more classes on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and occasionally we have no classes on Friday. Unless we have like an exam on a Friday. So this is one of those Fridays where I don't officially have class. So I don't get a whole day off, but I get a whole day off from like going to lectures and more time to study though. Okay, so I am studying gross anatomy right now. We're on like the pelvic cavity, reproductive systems, and hind limbs. So I'm working on the bones right now, and the way I like to do it is I go into lab, take pictures of the bones, and then I come home, label them, and I watch like a guided YouTube video as well. The channel that I really like, it's just called Veterinary Anatomy. It's so helpful. He does comparative anatomy, so he goes through structures of like horse, ox, camel, sheep, dog, and cat. And right now we're only on companion animals, dog and cat, but next semester we'll start large animals. So it's really helpful to see, honestly, like minor differences. And I'll just show you this real quick. We don't have to know every bone. We have to know like every part of every bone. So here's my lab list. Everything on this list is something we have to be able to identify. So I just wanted to specify that we get a whole new list for every different section. So for our first section, we did the forelimb, and we had 3 pages for that. Then we moved on to thoracic and abdominal cavity and organs, had 4 pages for that. We're now on pelvic limb, pelvic cavity and reproductive organs. We have 4 pages for that. And the next section will do the head, and we'll likely have at least 4 pages for that as well. It's a lot, but honestly, gross anatomy is my favorite class right now. So I will show you kind of like how I do this, but for the bones, I use veterinary anatomy on YouTube. And then for muscles, arteries, nerves, things like that, I use the Minnesota dissection videos and or pictures. So I will run through the process real quick of how I study bones. I will give you a quick overview of like what I do. So first, like I said, I take the pictures of the structures during lab, whatever it may be, bone, muscle, currently bone. So I take the picture and then I upload it to my computer, and thankfully my professor paints the bones and then gives us a sheet of paper with the corresponding color and name. However, some of the structures on this list are not like on the painted diagram, and that is why I watch the YouTube video as well. So I take the picture, upload it to my computer, and then in a OneNote drive, I just put all of like the unlabeled bones on one side, and then whatever the structure as a whole is, I put it up at the top. So like tibia, and then I import all the pictures of the tibia. And so this side, I have unlabeled ones, and I actually go through and like label them just with corresponding numbers. And then on the opposite side, I will go in and put the actual name of whatever I was pointing to on the opposite side. And then when I'm in lab, like studying, I can quiz myself while physically holding the bone or the structure, and then at home I can quiz myself like on the unlabeled side. And also in lab, like if I'm unsure, I can just look here. It's all organized really well. It's helped me a lot while studying anatomy, so I'm probably just gonna stick with it. Repetition is obviously a big part of studying, so repeatedly looking at these bones, labeling them, going over my notes, and then going into lab and quizzing myself in lab is super helpful, and it has allowed me to do really well in anatomy. So I'm probably gonna just stick with this study method for anatomy at least. It's 11:43. I just had a termite inspector come to mine, and then I had to let them into my neighbors. Not because we have termites or anything, but I live in a condo, and our HOA requires that we have like annual termite inspections. So that was today. Anyway, I am probably gonna just time lapse the rest of my studying because I don't really have anything else to explain. Anatomy is the only thing that I feel like I have like a good solid study method on. Everything else I'm kind of like just trying to stay afloat, so I don't want to give any advice on that stuff. It's 12 o'clock right now. Didn't finish studying anatomy. I didn't get as far as what I wanted. Basically, I'm gonna try to do this one with one hand. I wanted to get to this pelvic limb muscle part and like stop there, but I almost finished with labeling the patella bone, the tibia bone. Not quite though, so I'll probably come back and finish that later. But for now, I'm going to study some cardiophysiology. Woo! I have a quiz today at 1, and yeah, cardiophysiology is literally my least favorite thing pretty much right now. It's 2:03 right now. I just studied physiology and then finished my physiology quiz. And then I made myself a little matcha. It's not very small. I didn't intend on making it that large, just happened. I'm gonna study microanatomy for a little bit, or it's microanatomy is what we call it, but most people call it histology. And then I guess I've gotta get ready and leave to go up to the school. Leave. The cat is knocking things on the ground. Anyway, leave to go up to the school for our mule team pumpkin carving event tonight. It's 3:26. I just did some more anatomy studying for like lecture. I'm going to go get ready real quick, like get my shoes on, get jackets, and then leave because I have like 10 minutes until I have to leave to be at school. This was through the Mule Team Club, which I'm a part of. So Mizzou's official mascot is Truman the Tiger, but the mules are kind of like the vet school's own personal mascots. There's 6 of them, and so we got chalk and we painted on them and then dressed them up a little bit, and then we carved some pumpkins afterward, and we just hung out with each other, and it was a lot of fun. It's like midnight right now. I just showered, got ready for bed, and I'm gonna go to sleep, but I have to work the football game tomorrow, so it's gonna be a long day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much, and good night.